They call me Jenny. And what I'm about to share isn't just a story. It's a warning. Ready? Let's begin. They say the perfect woman doesn't exist. But Chase, he made one. And when I found out what he meant by that, it was already too late. I'll just take these boxes down to the garage, I said, stacking one more holiday platter inside. Chase grinned. Sweetheart, I'll take it. God knows your 100 Christmas platters could crush a grown man. I laughed, swatting his arm. Well, if we ever host a holiday movie-style party, I need to be ready to save Christmas. He winked, kissed my cheek and disappeared downstairs. Our two-story home felt fresh. Spring cleaning had turned chaos into order. As I smoothed the guest room bedspread, I admired our little kingdom. Not big but beautiful, just lacking storage. Downstairs, Chase was already grabbing a beer when I found him. You put the boxes away? Yup, but we officially can't buy anything ever again. He smirked. I teased. Then our next house needs a bigger attic. Or a basement. I'll even let you turn it into a man cave. His smile softened, lazy and familiar. Even after 5 years, he still gave me butterflies. Anything you want, sweetheart. Take out in front of the TV, legs entwined, life was simple. Until, tap, 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 I froze. Do you hear that? Chase barely looked up. That tapping. It's coming from the dining room. Old pipes, babe. This house was born in the 70s. He waved it off, but the sound persisted. Curious, I walked into the dining room. The tapping got louder, insistent. Then, thump. I rushed back. Chase was blotting spilled beer from the rug. Sorry, knocked it over. Could you grab a towel? I helped him clean. The tapping had stopped. You sure it wasn't the pipes? He asked. I guess, I said, though my eyes drifted back toward the dining room. I jolted awake, gasping. Sweaty. Disoriented. The lamp flared on. The bed was empty. Chase, I called. No answer. I checked the bathroom. Empty. I called again, louder. As I reached the hallway, he appeared halfway up the stairs, breathless. You okay? He asked, gripping my arms. Nightmare, I mumbled. Can't even remember it. He was flushed, sweaty. Like he'd been running. I was downstairs, dozed off watching TV. When you called, I ran up. Thought something happened. I laughed nervously. Always my hero. He smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. Shower. Then snuggles. Deal. The next evening, Chase was suiting up for his monthly dinner. You sure you'll be all right? He asked, fixing his tie. Go. I'll catch up on my trashy reality TV. He hesitated. TV's broken. What? Since when? Last night. Beer got on it. I'll grab a new one this weekend. But you were watching it last night. His smile didn't falter. I tried. That's when I noticed. Thought I told you. I nodded slowly. Knock him dead, I said, kissing him goodbye. The moment his car disappeared. Tap, tap, tap. Not again. I followed the tapping to the dining room. It was quieter, but there. Jesus, I muttered, lifting rugs. Tap, tap. I eyed the massive, hideous china hutch, Chase's grandmother's. I shoved. It moved, surprisingly easily. Just as I leaned in to check the floor, my phone rang. Hey, Chase said. Tapping again? Yeah. Been moving things to check for leaks. Sweetie, don't. You'll hurt yourself. Relax, I'll check it tomorrow. Something in his tone cracked. Too tight. Too eager. I moved your grandma's hutch. It was lighter than I thought. Silence. Then a forced laugh. Yeah, it's heavy. Big pain. Don't touch anything else, okay? My gut turned cold. The tapping returned. Curious now, obsessed, I pushed the hutch the rest of the way. Underneath, furniture slides. Why? I knocked on the wood-paneled wall behind it. Thunk, thunk. A different echo. I pressed. Click. The panel opened. It wasn't a wall. It was a hidden door. Behind it, stairs descended into darkness. And that sound, tap, 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 grew louder. I grabbed my flashlight and started down, one trembling step at a time. The basement was ordinary at first, boxes, old furniture. But the tapping led me to a door. Next to it, a key. From inside, soft music, and the rhythmic sound of a knife. Tap, tap, tap. I unlocked the door. Warm light spilled out. It was an apartment. Couch, TV, kitchen. A woman stood at the counter, back turned, chopping vegetables. "Darling, you're early," she sang, then turned. She froze. Her smile vanished. "Who are you?" she snapped, knife in hand. "You're in my house," I cried. She stepped back, defensive. "This is my home. Kindly leave. It's not time yet." Then she looked past me and smiled. "Darling, you're home." I turned. Chase stood in the doorway. "Baby, I can explain." "Daddy." A child sprinted in. Chase picked him up. Didn't break eye contact. The woman kissed Chase's cheek. "She's dreadful. I thought she'd be nicer." "What the hell is this?" I whispered. Chase stepped forward. "Listen to me. This can work. Her name's Julia. She cooks, she cleans, she fills in the gaps." I backed away. "You hit her? And a kid. She's almost perfect. But you're the heart. Together, you're the perfect woman. You're insane. Just give it a chance, please." "No." I ran upstairs, grabbed my suitcase. "We're done." "Wait," he said softly. "I'm sorry. In advance." Pain bloomed in my neck, and everything went black. I woke up in warm light. Groggy. Wrong. Tap, tap, tap. I sat up. I was in her apartment, wearing makeup, heels, hair curled, lipstick. Liam was watching cartoons. He smiled at me. "You want candy?" I shook my head. He handed me a drawing, a pink flower. I thanked him with a forced smile. "Where's your mom?" I asked. He shrugged. "I found her in the kitchen." Julia turned and smiled. "You can help me with the salad." "What's going on?" She placed a hand on my arm. Her smile was glass. "Just do what he says. It's easier." Julia told me everything. Chase's offer. The deal. The rules. Training. I stared at the cutting board. The beer bottle had been a warning. Just until you're trained. Then you join the team. The lock clicked upstairs. "Quick," she whispered. "Help clean." My body moved automatically. Knife in hand, I cleared the counter. The door opened. "Honeys, I'm home." Julia smiled, kissed him, played her part. "And how are my favorite girls today?" Julia gave me a look, one of hope, maybe even trust. I smiled. "We're wonderful. Dinner's ready. Would you like your salad now?" His eyes lit up. "Yes, thank you." As he disappeared to wash up with Liam, Julia whispered, "Thank you." I nodded, then quietly slid the chopping knife into my apron pocket. I will save her. I will save Liam. I will burn this whole performance to the ground. But first, I'll play my part. Until the curtain falls. Tap, tap, tap. They say the perfect woman doesn't exist. Chase thought he could build one. Stitch her together from obedience, silence, and lipstick smiles. But he forgot something crucial. A real woman remembers. A real woman waits. And a real woman knows where he sleeps. The knife is still in my pocket. Sometimes freedom feels like drowning. I didn't mean to vanish. Not really. But once I stepped off that train and never looked back. Something stepped toward me, and it never let go. They told me the rain would stop. They lied. Started with a snap. A mental break. Not the loud, dramatic kind. Just quiet. Monday morning. Metro ride. Office attire. Lifeless routine. When my stop came, I didn't move. I rode to the end of the line, got off in some industrial hellscape and wandered. The air felt new. I found a bar. I got drunk. Then I bought a paper map from a dollar store and threw a dart at it. First shot, ocean. Second shot, Malaysia. I flew out 2 days later. From there I kept going. Brazil. Canada. Morocco. It was like my life had finally unclenched its fists. I wasn't running from something. I just didn't want to be anything. Then came country 23. The Netherlands. Rotterdam. A house party. Drugs and a girl in a blue dress. She said she lived nearby, in the woods. Should have run then. But I followed. The trees grew denser. More twisted. She passed me a bottle every time doubt crept in. Her blue eyes glittered. even in the dark. Eventually, a house appeared in a clearing. I remember crossing the threshold, then nothing. I woke up in a bedroom swallowed by gray light. Rain lashed the windows like it hated them. A deep, constant drumming, too loud, too clean. The place was barren, cold. I stumbled to the bathroom and puked. The mirror held no notes, no signs, no lipstick message. Nothing. Just me, hungover and confused. I found my phone and wallet. Nothing stolen. No text from her. No clues. I opened the front door. The rain wasn't natural. It was falling in perfect vertical lines. No wind. No thunder. Just weight. Like the sky was punishing the earth. No charger. No umbrella. Just a box of garbage bags in the kitchen. So I made a suit, tore holes from my arms and head, wrapped one around my phone, and stepped out. Felt like drowning. The rain blurred my vision. Mud sucked at my shoes. I was shivering, cursing, nearly blind, until I saw them. Figures. Dozens of them. Tall. Slender. Unmoving. Naked. They stood in the clearing, perfectly still like mannequins that breathed. Their skin was porcelain pale, leached of life. They didn't blink. They didn't speak. When I turned back toward the house, more of them, encircling, surrounding. I slipped in the mud, crawled, ran, burst back into the house, soaked and shivering. They were still there, watching. I checked the weather app. Partly cloudy, 5% chance of rain. I dialed 112. The woman on the line was quiet as I explained. Then she whispered, "I'm sorry. We won't be able to find you." She said it had happened before. That the house moves. That the forest swallows it whole. "Don't panic," she warned. "When the rain stops, run. Don't stop until you're out of the woods." I asked about the pale people. She hesitated. "That's new." Just as she tried to warn me about the basement, my phone died. I showered. Warm water. The only comfort left. Then I reached for shampoo. Felt heavy. I opened it, and the scent of rot filled the stall. Inside were eyeballs. Human. Some blinking. I dropped it, turned off the water, dressed, and checked the windows. They were closer. The pale ones. But still not moving. The fridge was empty, except for sludge. The pantry held U.S. Army MREs from 1968. I ate crackers in silence, listening to the rain drill holes in my sanity. I tried watching TV. Only one channel. A candle-lit attic. A naked figure rocking back and forth, pounding the floor. Then I heard knocking upstairs. I turned off the TV. Scratching came from the locked basement door. Black water began leaking in from beneath it. It smelled of rot and iron. I turned off the lights and saw something looking in through the window. A face, pressed against the glass. Then, darkness. Pure moonless dark. I groped for the stairway, found the railing, and tripped over a body. Clammy skin. Person. Sitting. Crying. Then wailing. Then chasing. I dove into a bedroom and slammed the door. It banged and screamed on the other side until it stopped. Then, "Police! Open up!" The voice sounded human. Familiar. "If you don't open up, I'll rip your stomach out." Then it changed. Became my dad's voice. "You fucked up. You ruined everything. What have you done?" That's when fear became rage. I screamed back. Punched the door. Screamed until my throat bled. "What the fuck do you want?" The voice stopped. But it didn't leave. I blacked out. Woke up bruised and bleeding. The mirror shattered. Holes in the wall. Sunlight bled through the windows. No more rain. I crept downstairs. The basement was flooded with thick, black water. I didn't look inside. I opened the front door and ran through endless woods. Branches tore my skin. My lungs screamed, but I didn't stop. Not until I saw the road. I collapsed. A car pulled up. 2 men, suspicious but kind. They drove me back toward town. I looked back once, and she was there. The girl in the blue dress, at the tree line, watching me, beautiful and furious. Then she was gone. I thought freedom was losing everything. But there are places in this world that wait for people like me. People who leave without saying goodbye. Who burn their old lives like bridges. Sometimes, the rain doesn't chase you. Sometimes it chooses you. And when it does, it never stops. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more chilling horror tales. Your support keeps the darkness alive.